Oh, welcome back everyone. Yeah, I was just thinking I pulled this apart the other day, water pump, and I thought, oh, I should probably be recording this. Haven't done anything for a while, so yeah, just to catch everyone up. This is, I got a water pump. It's off off my about 1940 Lister JP3 single phase generating plant. So single phase 230 volt. Yeah, produced during wartime. It's got a water part number on the label. I don't really know what its wartime history or anything like that was or afterwards, but yeah, it came to me from a friend of mine. Yeah, so more or less, pretty much when I got it, it had a leaking water pump coming out the old telltale hole here, and yeah, apparently the water pump has been done up before sometime in the past, so yeah, I'll pull it apart and just have a look, see if we can fix it up. So what I've found, there's a carbon seal in here that seems to be pretty good nick, and this is here is the that carbon seal actually runs on, so that's the sealing surface there. I've cleaned that up, but what I found is that's the water pump shaft. That goes on, slides on the water pump shaft like that, and yeah, just a bit of corrosion on the surfaces here, and that was not sliding freely. So I think what had happened is sprung loaded in here. I think what had happened is they actually moved back off the seat and didn't have that spring pressure holding it against the carbon face to seal the water out. So clean it all up. So yeah, we're going to reassemble it and refit it to the plant. So we'll get into it. Goes on next. I'll chuck a roll pin in. Yes. See, there's a drive pin goes in here. That's what drives the mechanical seal round. And yeah, the old one was pretty ropey, but corroded and whatnot. So I've got a new roll pin to go on there. Just need to shorten that one up. So we'll get that marked. Zip a little bit off the end. make sure that's pretty even, both sides. Yeah, and probably throw anyone. So, spring, so it's going to put plenty of this nickel anti-seize in here, because if you get a bit of moisture in here, obviously it does like to rust up. It's all just mild steel. There's no, that's actually stainless I think, but this is all mild steel, so yeah, if it corrodes again, it'll do the same thing it just did last time. So give it its best chance at lasting a long time. I think it probably jammed up from almost lack of use, so you know, obviously sitting in between runnings, you know, it's a bit stiff, a little moisture in there, things rust, things jam up, and a little leaking water pump. So that should go under there quite nicely. Yeah. Lower that on from that way, I think. Righty ho. Okay. Ah, okay. Yep. See what's going on. Yeah, so that bearing should be down flush with that face. Not sure if you can really see, but you can just see it in the telltale there, that roll pin that needs to slot into the groove on the impeller drive and seal, just not quite in a hole, so just need to slightly oh, there it is right there. There we go. There you go, got free springy on the impeller drive. That should just go home. And there we go. We've still got spring on that seal. It's into so chuck this front cover back on. So yeah, you might see in this one I'm filming a bit more of the process rather than do some work and have the intervals. I'm invested in a camera tripod, so I can actually set my camera up in a convenient spot and video what I'm doing. So I'll give this a go, and if you guys see if you guys like it or appreciate a bit more detail going on with what I get up to. But, yeah, any feedback's good, and I suppose I'm supposed to say it, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, do that like and subscribe then. So, grease cap, probably won't pull that out, put that on yet. I need to probably fill that void. If I find a nipple, fill that void up first with grease before we go to the grease cap. That's alright. Those were on the front. Yeah. Under the nut they hold the fan on. Make sure the hole for the impeller lines up before we try and put the pin in. Get this down. Need a little tap. can, there we go, that's it. Get that all the way down. Now, front hole. Should have marked this shaft before I did that. Put a line on where that common hole is, and then I wouldn't have half the trouble finding it. Oh well. Convinced that's all the way down yet. Right. Let's try again. No. I'll take that bag off and I'm going to mark that shaft. Make life easier. Yeah. So, that's a hole there. Oh. There we go. Right here it's starting. Foot. No. go. It's in. Turning freely. Now if you ever done one of these water pumps, here's a little secret. You'll take it off and that sits in there. It almost looks like it's all one piece. But that is actually a little insert piece that sits on the back of the impeller. Pretty tricky to spot when it first came out. That whole face just looked flat with a hole in the middle. So you give that a wide buff before that goes on. And I'll need to make a gasket. So I'll just get some paper out. Alright, I've got our gasket paper here. So there's a nice little trick for doing your holes. You get a ball bearing that's just about the right size. So we'll normally find the hole sender and just tappy tappy. Tappy tappy. Like that. There's your holes done. And then we just go around gently with the hammer, as I'm sure you've probably seen several times before. One gasket. Right, grease. I can sort it later, or in here. Yeah, that needs a needle or something through it. That's all right. Cool. So just need the fan, chuck the fan on there, and we're ready to chuck it back on the generator. So we'll probably see you over there shortly. Oh, you might have to bear with me a bit here. This is an extremely hard thing to record. See, it goes on the front here. I've cleaned the gasket face off, so I'm going to chuck a bit of this Windsor jointing compound on here. And stick a gasket on. And put a bit on the face of the pump too. Right. Yay, this next bit could be fun. It was an act getting it out of here, so probably going to be an act getting it back in. Okay. Oh, if you're lucky, you guys might have been able to watch that and fast forward. Just have to hold your tongue right. 2, 3, 4. Go. There we go. That's on. Yeah, just the water hose to fit. Okay, that's not ideal. Turn it around. A spot of oil on these hose clamp threads. One. Righty ho. Oh, that's ready for some water and a test run. So, might be tomorrow's job at this point, but we'll see how we go. I'll show you guys that one. I'll also show you guys starting this thing. It's a crank start only job, so yeah, starts easy though, so not really any worries, and yeah, give you a rundown once she's running. Right everyone, I hope you can hear me past the rain, but it's the next day now. I thought we'd give this a test run, so for those who are interested, there's the details on the alternator. So 15 kVA, single phase, 65 amps, and there you go, year of manufacture 1940, water part number. So yeah, I suppose first off, we'll check the oil, plenty in there. Next thing to do is lift this decompressor up, and you're going to whack these buttons in so they hold the exhaust valve open for crank starting. Next thing is you want to make sure your cold start's down, so normally that'd be like that, so flip that up, lets the rack travel a little bit further. and the compression changeovers here, all those want to be clockwise and screwed in. So running compression, you actually wind those back out for lower compression during running, high compression start. So that water pump's looking alright out of from the seal. It is weeping around this top radiator hose. The hose clamp hasn't quite got it fully secured, but yeah, anyway, we'll give her a test run, give her a run for a bit, and yeah, see how she goes. Wait to hear those 3 injector cranks. So we've got all 3 now, so. Seen me before, just mucking around a bit. So yeah, it's no automatic voltage regulation, requires a variable resistor, so depends what load you've got. You sometimes just have to give her a tweak up or a tweak down. So yeah, you can once she's up and running, you just give that a tweak to get the voltage where you need it. I've got an air heater on here, but I think it's got a bit of moisture from that leaking hose in it, so as soon as I turn it on, the RCD trips out, so I'll have to give that a misspin out.